How's everyone? Wayne the Known here, and welcome back to another episode of Geeking Out. We're back again with the Zoom interviews because it's been a while. We're using StreamYard, but I figured, had the funds, why not? And we haven't done this segment for Geeking Out. Well, we'll be doing a knowing that content creator, or in this case, knowing those content creators. I'm joined here by Rose and Rain of the Hazbin Sisters podcast. I think that's how it's pronounced.
You got it.
That's
Uh,
perfect.
okay. Real quick, if you both mind, want to introduce yourself, starting with you, Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose, and I am the older sister of the Hazbin Sisters. I'm a artist and illustrator. I'm a full-time story artist, and I bring the perspective of like d- real artist illustrator to the podcast.
And mind introducing yourself, Rain?
Yeah. Hi. I am Rain, and I am more on like the cosplay costume side of things. As you can see behind me, I have my closet of cosplays, and I'm also a student of musical theater and adore musical theater. So that's what I bring to the podcast.
Nice. So, who is the mastermind behind who came up with the name Hazbin Sisters?
Okay, wasn't this like really truly a joint effort?
I will say, I started goading us into it first.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I think Rain was
Um,
really nervous to start trying to do a podcast.
what was that?
Rain, you were kind of nervous to start doing a podcast.
Oh my God, absolutely. The mortifying ordeal of being known and seen, you know? Ah,
But then I think it was really natural that that's what we picked. I don't think we struggled with a name for our podcast at all.
not at all. We knew what we know who we are.
We know who we are.
So, why specifically, Hazbin Hotel? I know it's been very popular within the past couple of years, going from the pilot and then, and then making its way to Netflix because, I mean, not Netflix, Amazon.
Right, yeah.
It was in that pilot, it was in that pilot on YouTube for years, and then suddenly, Amazon's like, "Hey, Vivsy, you want to show Hazbin Hotel fully on Amazon?"
I'm so glad they did. I'm
Me
not
too.
grateful for many things that Amazon did, but I'm really grateful they brought it. They brought Hazbin Hotel to us. Because
Same.
honestly, I think it low key changed my life. And that's not something that I just say about shows all the time.
Yeah, agreed. Like it definitely there was a time before has been, there's the time after has been. And I think why Hazbin Hotel is because it had such like a big effect on both of us. And like, okay, Rose was the first one to watch it, and she was like, "You have to watch this show. I guarantee you're going to love it." And I had seen like some things around, but I was like, I don't know. You know, I was in a really like tough spot in my life personally at that time as well. So I was open to watching the show, thankfully. Rose got me into it. And then like we both kind of like fell down the rabbit hole together from there. And so that's why Hazbin Hotel, because like it really became something that we loved together.
Oh yeah, it
Nice.
changed my life. And then it changed our lives together because then it brought us closer together as sisters.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. I'm thinking. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done one of these.
We
Don't
can
even
keep
worry about
going too.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Oh yeah,
This
no,
question's pretty deep actually.
Yeah.
so what was it like starting this podcast for Hazbin Hotel? Like, what do you guys talk about? What do you guys discuss? And what just overall was it like being fans of something that's, gone from, from YouTube to this to like, figures, plushies, cosplays, stuff like that.
Mm.
We're at the hottest part of the trailer where Alistair grabs Vox by the chest and pulls him in. I cannot even believe this.
Me neither. He says, "Do you really think you're powerful enough to take on all of heaven?"
This shot is sending me. I can't believe it.
We see Alistair's open chest wound that has the green stitching.
Yep. Alistair is looking hot as fuck, and Vox is taken aback. Like, he's shocked, actually.
Well, of course he's flustered. He's getting pulled in by Alistair.
So, this podcast started as a conversation because we had so much to talk about with Hazbin Hotel. We were spending maybe 10 hours or more a week just figuring out ways to connect and to break down this show.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, I think we need to turn this into a podcast because we can't just keep all of these ideas to ourselves. And so um And so we actually didn't start it that long ago. It took us a little while to like build up to the idea and and then get ready and then sort of start planning what do we even want to talk about. Uh Rain, do you think we started that this last July?
Yeah, like so the inception for the show, the idea that we should do a podcast happened in May. We were at Toon Fusion in Eugene.
I've heard nothing but good things about Toon Fusion.
It's excellent. I highly recommend it. It's a baby con. I think this last year was its first year or like its second year, so it's like really new. But it was excellent, and we got to meet Joel Perez, who voices Valentino, and I
And
just
Amir to
remember
lie.
and
Like
Amir
they both
Talai.
showed up to this baby first year
Yes,
con.
that was amazing. And I think like meeting them and having that experience, and we also like ran into a couple other fans there. We were just so excited. We had so many ideas, and we were just like, okay, this is it. We have to start a podcast. Like we need to talk about these things. We can't keep, we can't keep it to ourselves. We can't even keep it to like normal conversations in a week. We need to schedule time to talk about this. So it was like truly born out of like love and passion.
Nice. So what was it, Maj will ask this now, what was it like being both Valentino and Alistair's voice actors? Was that kind of
Oh my
like
gosh.
was that also kind of like, yes, like we got to meet them, we like now we have more of like, a reason to do this podcast.
Rose, you should talk about meeting Joel Perez.
Because this was the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, this was the first time that Joelle was coming to the Pacific Northwest. And when I found out, I was like, I have to go to this con. And it turns out that he is just the sweetest person in person.
Yeah.
I, I don't get the celebrity jitters very much. Like if I went up to anybody else in the cast, it would be fine. But for whatever reason, Joelle, the voice actor of Valentino, just is it. And he's so kind. And there was hardly anyone in his line. And so like we got to
Really?
stop
Yeah.
and I know. And we were able to out ourselves as Valentinos and he gave me a sticker about it. It
Do you
was incredible.
we need to explain what Valentinos are so that way people know.
Well,
Um,
it's like the way Lady Gaga has her little monsters.
yes,
I'm surprised. I mean, I imagine Amir's line was packed because, he's the voice of Alistair and everything.
sure.
He's a radio demon, but I'm surprised
Yeah,
Valentino's really wasn't because he's and the actor and I himself. I heard they're very like they're very chill person to meet and everything from what I've heard and seen.
absolutely. Yeah, and it was so cool because we actually got to meet him again. We went to a different convention, I think around July, and Joel Perez remembered us.
He
And
did.
they were
It
like,
was
"Oh, I
incredible.
remember you guys," and like, "Hey," and that was wild. I couldn't believe that they
They
remembered
must
us.
meet thousands of people, even in
I
just a month,
know.
and like they remembered us. I was just floored at like the kindness and care
Yeah,
with which they were approaching their audience.
me too.
But also you have to understand at Toon Fusion, there was maybe 1,000 attendees tops.
I
Yeah,
mean,
It was
busy.
the babyest con.
that's that's a lot. Sorry, I need to fix my webcam here. Okay, I think
Oh,
that should do it. There we go. It's been a minute with my webcam, so
ah,
it's gonna be like very, 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 very lagging.
oof. No worries.
No worries at all.
Um.
Oh, I wanted to give Amir Talai a shout out
Oh
too
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
Do it,
when I
do it.
met him, he was super, super sweet, and I was dressed as Nifty, and he was so excited to see that, and he just had like a really like he had a very warm, inviting vibe, and I appreciated that. He's obviously nothing like Alistair.
I've heard they're great. They're really, I mean, I haven't, like I said, the only has-been hotel actors I ever met was Jill Harris, who was the pilot for Charlie, and then
Yeah.
the pilot voice actor for Nifty from like the pilot on
Okay.
YouTube.
Oh.
Awesome. Yeah.
Both great to me, by the way. If you ever get the chance to meet Nifty's pilot voice actor, really great person. Michelle Marie, I think is her name.
Okay.
Really great.
Keep that in mind.
Sorry, I'm
We
just
didn't
like,
meet him, but we did see Michael Kovacs at Summerfest.
oh, the
We
original voice
did.
for Angel Dust.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, that was cool to see him.
What was that like meeting him?
Well, we didn't get into his line, but I got pretty close to it, and he was in his maid outfit, I think,
Yeah, because of
for the signing, which was
Maid
incredible.
outfit.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's because of the Amazing Digital Circus, and he voices
Oh,
Jax.
right,
Yes, and
right.
Jax was in a maid outfit, so I think that episode would come out right around then.
It was
Yeah,
I think it was a very fresh drop.
yeah, it was really good. It was fun.
I think when that's like on, if I'm not mistaken, that is on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
Yes. No, well, yeah, no, I think it is on Netflix now, isn't it?
Wait,
Yeah.
no, wrong one.
I
Let me
watch it
check
on
here.
YouTube personally, but I think it is on Netflix.
I think it's, all right. Sorry, I need to disconnect my camera here. It's been a
Okay.
minute. Oh God, I want to see. Okay. While I'm waiting for that, how long? So you said you've been doing this since what? This early this year, summer, July?
Hmm.
Yeah.
How many do you guys what do you guys go YouTube, Spotify, Pandora? What do you guys post on?
Anywhere you get your podcast.
It's true. We're not on YouTube yet, but we have plans to be there. We're going to hopefully expand into TikTok as well this next year. But right now we're on like all the audio platforms. So like pretty much wherever you search for audio and stuff, you can find us. Apple,
Nice.
Spotify. Yeah,
There are
Very
so many
nice.
random places people can get podcasts, and I never knew that till we
I
started
know.
one.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's insane where you can have podcasts now and everything, which I personally think is cool.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. I'm trying I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing in this one.
Oops.
Um,
Wait,
so
I totally relate because learning that editing game is crazy.
Ooh,
I know how to
ooh.
use Audition, but I've been having to learn it extra much to get our podcast underway.
I use Movavi, which is probably my favorite editing program. It's real simple, real easy to understand, not sponsored by the way. But it is so simple to use. It's been my favorite for the past 5 years, 4 years, 4 years now. 4 or 5 years. It's been a minute. So starting with you, Rose, what are some of the things you like to talk about on the Hazbin Sisters podcast?
So, my favorite thing to talk about is always the literary analysis, which is such a boring term. It's so dry. But what it really comes down to is like letting a show explain itself and figuring out like what is the show trying to say about itself using only its own like mechanics and gears. without trying to refer to like what has Vivzy Pop said, what has a voice actor said, without any of those extra things. It's really just like what is the show trying to say on its own terms. I'm super duper passionate about that because I'm a nerd.
I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah. Mm.
Um, what about you, Rain? What are some of the things you like to talk about on the podcast?
So I've actually found that my favorite thing is sort of working through like opinions or like questions with Rose because a lot of the time I'm sort of discovering stuff as we talk about it. And I think it's really cool that I get to like take this role of like, oh, I actually don't know like that much, or I have questions, or this thing confused me. And then we like talk it out. And, because I always think like if I have a question, probably other people do too. Or like if I didn't realize something, like I'm sure someone else didn't either. And so it's really fun to like work through that together. And that's actually been my favorite part and then my of the podcast. Yeah.
Back to you, Rose. Speaking on the topic of talking about stuff on the podcast, um, like, so when you're talking about this stuff, what you specifically, let me rephrase that. What has been some of your favorite moments on the podcast, whether it be like an episode, the character, stuff like that?
Yeah, okay. I think my favorite moments on the podcast are where I get to learn more about Rain and myself through the characters. And I think this happened like even in our last episode about Lucifer, where we're talking about him as like a father figure and like what do we expect out of that in a character? And it made me realize stuff about myself and how I view my father. And that's always like that's always wild. And doing that
Yeah.
really open and exposed on, something you're broadcasting to the whole world.
Mm, yeah.
Same question for you, Rain. What's been
Yeah.
like episode wise, character wise? Yeah.
I think my favorite episode actually it's like one of our earliest ones which is about Vaggie. It's all about Vaggie and like why we love her, why she's such a good character. And I that still is like one of my absolute favorites because she's so underrated and I feel like in working on that episode and talking about her and really examining her, I got to like learn how to love her more. And I learned while working on the episode, like, oh my gosh, I actually, yeah, Maggie's amazing. Like, so underrated.
I
So
mean,
that's like,
you literally have her on your hoodie, so
you know,
gotta represent everyone's favorite, iconic queer couple. As I well,
absolutely, yes, I'm a Chaggy person for sure.
counting, I'm a this is me a little bit biased. Even though I don't really watch much of it, I am 100% Team Husker and Angel Dust.
Husker Dust,
So
totally understand.
popular.
I
Oh my
Yeah.
mean,
gosh, so popular.
from what I've seen, and I'm kind of hoping we see more of that if and when season three is released. Because I
Oh yeah.
imagine when that comes out, you guys will definitely have a lot more to talk about. I imagine you're also gonna like recap on the previous seasons on how different it is. Because from what I've seen, I know some people have had mixed feelings on on season two. Some say it was rushed, some say that it was this, some say it was that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Oh, interesting.
this was interesting. Like we had started releasing episodes in September, which was only a month before like the actual season two came out. So we actually didn't get like we had about 100 plus topics that we wanted to cover in before season two came out. And I imagine now it's only doubled, if not tripled in size of all the topics that we have to discuss. So I think like we have no shortage of what to talk about. If anything, it's like I'm a little bit overwhelmed now that season two came out. I feel like, oh my God, how are we ever going to talk about it all? We're just going to have to keep
I
releasing
mean, yeah,
episodes.
it's literally been like 2 months now, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been like
yeah,
almost 2 months since season two came out because they
yeah,
released two episodes on Amazon. Right before Kumo Halloween is
yeah,
when they released the episodes. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
Ah,
It was
damn it.
blowing our
So,
minds every week.
oh,
Fucking
I know. So like
motherfuckers.
so for the next season, because I'm pretty sure season three it was greenlit by Amazon. So will be coming out, and
Three
we're
and four, definitely
3 and 4.
greenlit.
Yes. So we're definitely going to like talk about it. I don't know what we're going to do because what we did this last time, which was like sort of recaps and like first reactions, um didn't it wasn't our favorite thing to do because first of all, a lot of people do that, so like it's not exactly unique, and I don't feel like we're like, really contributing anything special to the fandom. So
But you guys like talking about it, and there's nothing wrong with talking about something you love.
that's true.
You're pretty much, geeking out, so to speak.
That's very fair. I guess like I have like a standard in my head where I'm like I have to deliver. Like there has to be something worth it to listen to. Um
I need to give value to the people.
I do get that like mindset. So who knows what we'll do for season 3 and 4? We're gonna figure it out. It will probably be something a little bit different than what we did for season 2.
Although for season two, I feel like ramped up pretty well to it because what we did was kind of track some of all of the large arcs that were happening. And I imagine that
Mm,
we'll have to recap the arcs that we're seeing again in prep for season three
yeah,
because they left us with quite a few promises, and I can't wait to see if any of them deliver.
and how they deliver.
I can say one thing, Viv's they're really I mean I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but they're really gonna milk the whole Lilith thing. We may not get to hear her speak until like season 4.
Yeah, I 100% believe that.
I
It's
also believe that.
that's just my theory because well one,
Yeah.
it's a build up.
Hmm.
Two, you got to find the right voice actor because like I feel
Oof.
like Lilith will have like a sultry, soft-spoken voice. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
you gotta find the right, voice actor. Like, okay, who do we have like out of all our female voice actors? Like, who can we specifically do we go with, a voice actor or do we go with, an actor who's never voice acted before, but,
Well,
just
but has a great voice
has a
or
great
fits the
voice.
role.
I mean, Keith David personally, I mean, I love Husker's original voice from the pilot, but Keith David
yeah.
was like the perfect choice for Husker, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Really, really good fit.
I mean,
I did.
if you want your show to sell, sometimes you need those A-list actors.
That's
It's
true.
so
That's very
true.
true. I think Lilith also might need to be someone of like who has the Broadway potential to like really belt
Ooh.
it.
Especially if she has
Yeah,
some
they need the voice.
if she has a musical number because almost every
Yeah.
character has had a and I'm not like harping on this has almost had a fucking musical number.
And that's part of why we love Has Been. Like the
Yes.
music just got us so hard.
So hard. Season 2 is not any different. That soundtrack
Mm-mm.
is on repeat for me.
I remember some people say I think I saw it on TikTok or something. Some people were because we were introduced to what was it, Abel?
Yes,
Abel.
Abel. Yeah.
Some people were saying that some people were saying they wanted Jared Way of My Chemical Romance to voice Kane.
I have seen that, and I mean, like that's like pie in the sky dreams. Like if that happened, wow, my
I mean,
heart.
who was I can't remember his name, but I know he was from Fall Out Boy. He was a lead singer for Fall Out Boy, and they had him voice Abel,
Yes, Patrick Stump.
Patrick Stump. So, by the way, this is probably also going to be turned into a talking about Hazbin Hotel, not just their podcast.
That's fair.
I mean, I've been meaning
I
to
mean,
I've been meaning to add a talk about Hazbin Hotel. I've been needing an excuse to talk about it, so we'll throw that in.
we're nothing but willing to go there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, actually, and I want to get a little bit more into your guys's, who came up with the idea to have the Hazbin Hotel social media on Instagram?
Let's see. I think that was you, Rose, because I actually
Hmm.
hadn't used Instagram in a long time. Um, I'm more of like a Tumblr blue sky kind of person. And but I know that Rose was very adamant about getting us on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram's just like the platform you need if you're doing something to connect people. Uh, Twitter is great if you just are like already famous and you want to talk to people. That's great.
I don't even use my
Um,
Twitter a whole lot. I deleted my Twitter.
that's so
Yeah,
valid. I'm on Blue
yeah.
Sky, but that's not the biggest audience, and a lot of
Mm,
people who are into Hazbin Hotel are on Instagram. Viv is still on Instagram. All the voice actors, a lot of the story artists are there. So like it made sense to try and like meet the audience where they are.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and that is completely fair and understandable, honestly. I mean, uh, shit. I know Instagram, I feel like it's probably the best space for content creators, like ourselves who, I mean, yeah, you got Twitter. I'm not gonna call it, I refuse to call it X.
I will
Same.
never.
And yeah, like you said, that's more like, for big time people. I'm more, like I said, I'm more, like you said, Instagram is the way to go, especially if you're wanting to promote your podcast and everything, which I think is probably the best thing to do. It's the best place to promote it, especially if you already have an Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
But we also know lots of people are on YouTube. It's just that introducing video is like one more component on top of already like two busy adult schedules. So it's coming. It's in the
I
works.
I I mean I mean from someone who has that 9 to 5 job, I get it. Trying to juggle work life, home life, and also content creating too, which I imagine, and I imagine you can agree on this. That if you're starting out, just know, especially if you have a job, your life is going to be busy. Like I give props to those who can do this full-time content creating, who can get the views, get the subs, get the monetizations. Like that's great. I'm not harping on that. I think that's great if someone
Yeah.
can do this
Oh
full
yeah.
time. But there's someone like me is like years ago, if I wanted to, yeah, I could have easily done this full time, but I need to be constantly moving.
Mm,
It takes a lot out of you.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot more work than I thought it would be.
But I just love Hazbin Hotel that much. And if we're gonna talk about it anyway, I, one thing that I really noticed online is that it didn't seem like people had as much like of that in-person conversation for fandom. Like we're so much just talking to each other in like little clips, little 150 word bites at a
Mm,
time. And there's something about the long form conversation that really helps you unpack a show.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
well said.
no.
Yeah.
I agree. And I imagine, I don't know if you guys have talked about it, but when it comes to your podcast, have you guys mentioned about the fact how a show like Has Been is not for kids, despite it being a cartoon?
Oh,
Oh, that's that's so sad that there are people who are probably out there just they're kids, they're watching cartoons, and all they know is that cartoons are for kids because that's how they're raised, and you might
Bullshit.
stumble
It's
into,
not true. I'm sorry.
oh no,
I,
no.
no,
I,
it's not.
I can say that, I should say, I could say that, not all cartoons are for kids, watch being 5 years old watching South Park. Oh, it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. Like, oh, no, it's not a cartoon. I mean, it is, but it's not for kids.
Not for kids.
Ooh,
It's
no,
just,
it's on that level.
no, it is. And I think it was what draws it to kids and parents is because the art style. I think it's the art style
Mm.
is what
Oh, okay.
draws is what because I was watching, I watched the pilot for Hell of a Boss back in the day, and just the art style kind of even reminded me of cartoons from the 90s, where it's like it looks like it's for kids, it is for kids, but at the same time there are so many adult jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, the art style is extremely appealing. The colors are so saturated, and
Mm.
that's the thing about Viv's style is that it is just. I mean, I think it's made for appeal for over like a show like Rick and Morty that's like made to be easy to animate.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Also, the musical aspect of it, I know really throws people because people hear about songs and singing about emotions, and a lot of times that is for kids, but like, musical theater does exist. It is for everybody and every age. And I really appreciate more adult musical theater.
Most definitely. But yeah, has that been something you guys talked about on your show about how Has Been is like, yes, it's great to watch, but if you're under the age of like 16 or so, you should not like you probably shouldn't watch it. You definitely shouldn't be cosplaying from it. I mean, yeah,
Uh,
you see cute characters like Vaggie, Husker, and all that, but then it's like, oh, why is that underage? Why is that minor cosplaying Angel Dust? No.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we addressed we addressed at least in our show, I think that please be 18 plus if you would like to listen, but ultimately we can't stop anybody, you
Mm-mm.
know?
But warning them is like it like, hey, yeah, you probably shouldn't watch this.
Yeah. I think also
If you already watched it and then you're listening to our podcast, like something's gone wrong. Like we can definitely warn people, but by the time you get to us, like
It's and not to mention,
you,
everyone else
you
and their mother-in-law has like mentioned it too.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the thing about media nowadays, especially streaming services. There's no full parental, kid sees this, mommy, I want to watch this show on it's cartoon. Sure, sweetie. Next thing it's fuck this and the C word and blood and guts and
Uh,
and you got parents that are uproar like this isn't meant for kids. Why is it directed toward kids? Like, well, if you sat down with your kid and you saw that there was a disclaimer, you would know.
it's pretty explicit about how it is not for children. There's the rating is right there, and I feel like the show does a very good job of very quickly introducing you to fuck, you know? And once you hear that, you should perk up your ears if you're a parent, maybe understand this isn't what you thought.
this is not that kind of show.
No.
But I'm glad you guys like, even in your podcast, like let people know it's like, hey, just so you know, the show is not meant for kids and parents, please, monitor what your kids are watching because, there's just because it's animated does not it mean it's for kids. If you want a good example, watch Fritz the Cat. That is a good example of a
Mm.
cartoon not meant for kids. Or if you want to go, around that era, heavy metal.
Your
Oh
heavy
yeah, yeah.
metals, your Bakshi's. I mean, I think Don Bluth, who was a formative animator of my childhood, is not would not be considered suitable for kids in this day and age.
Mm-mm.
There's
Um,
darker stuff in
there's a
his
I
lot of
mean,
movies.
dark
like,
stuff.
especially if you were to watch Secrets of Nim, they were like the original,
Hmm.
not the sequel where they'd even bother asking his permission or for any input.
Yeah, the original Secrets of Nim was intense. The original All Dogs Go to Heaven had like a suicide murder in like the first
That
five
one
Yeah.
was
minutes or something.
even the sequel. I mean, it wasn't as dark, but you know, again, it's Don Bluth style. He's got to make something dark. I mean, the guy literally made oh God, it's that animated game that I always get frustrated playing.
Yes, I know the one with the princess and the knight and yeah,
Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer.
Okay.
We're supposed to get an animated movie. Speaking of Don Bluth, but we'll
Oh,
see. We'll see. I kind of have doubts, but Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm glad you guys full on let people know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Even for your guys' show too, like you said, you probably let us say no, just there's be a lot of cussing in this or something. I don't know if you guys cuss in your podcast or not.
We do. We
Yeah.
do. There's not like it's not like intentional, but there are moments where you're feeling something. You got to get up
You got to
in those
drop
cuss words.
you got to drop your
Yeah.
casual F. You got to drop your casual F bomb.
Yeah.
This ain't your this ain't your grandpa's podcast. But yeah, back
Oh,
on the topic of your podcast, what's just overall what's it been like for, starting with you, Rose? What's just been like all in general, starting this in, July and just doing this till like, keep on, is this something you guys want to keep on doing all the time?
It's it's been crazy to learn a whole new skill because there's on the back end there is the editing. So I'm the editing half. once we get it all recorded. And we had to figure out, and I had to figure out how to do all the sound. And so I've really been appreciating building a whole new skill set on. Um, but then there's also learning how to deliver our ideas to people through a script. And Rain's been taking a little bit more, not that we do the whole thing scripted. We've tried a lot of different ways on the back end of like how to organize our thoughts. Um, and that's been wild. But at the same time, I think it's given me a really powerful outlet to manifest my love for Hazbin and my love for the show and the story generally. And that's been a huge gift.
Same question for you, Rain. What's it just been like all overall doing this, talking about this show, the fandom, and all that stuff? Like personally, what's it been like for you? Because I imagine this
Yeah.
is like I imagine you've learned a lot yourself when it comes to doing podcasts.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I mean, because like there's like kind of a joke, like with a colloquially, that's like, oh, everyone can just pick up a mic and like do a podcast. And like I guess, you know what? I bought into that a little bit and I was like, we could just pick up a mic and do a podcast. We could do that. And I've learned very quickly, no, you cannot.
Mm-mm,
You
mm-mm.
cannot just do that. So yeah, I've gotten humbled, which that's good. It's good.
A lot goes into a podcast. I mean, COVID
Yeah.
really kicked in the podcast. Yeah, really kicked that in because no one could go out. So it's like, get a mic, get a
Yeah.
webcam, or have like a studio. I mean, even like your celebrities, they have like podcasts too and everything.
Yeah. But it's just not that simple. And also, like, we started with just this little like kit because we didn't know if this was just going to be like a hobby that we did and like made a couple episodes and then we would both be like, that was really fun, but we're done. And it just has turned into something that we both really enjoy. And I really agree with Rose that it's like a way to express my love and passion for this show and like a really good outlet because I would feel very stifled if all I had was just like cons or being online and sharing fan art. Like I would feel like that wasn't enough. And like getting to do this, it feels like, oh, okay, I can actually have time to just talk about all this stuff that, you know, I want to talk about, but it doesn't fit in a little social media 150 characters box. So it's been really enjoyable and it's been a really fun direction to go in. And it's also like brought us even closer. So that's been really fun.
That's always a good thing. Um, I
Yeah.
gotta ask because I was looking on your guys' Instagram. Who came up with the cover art for the podcast, the sign and everything? Who's the artist? Who's the artistic mastermind behind that?
Hey,
It's
it's
Rose.
me. It's Rose.
You are
Uh,
the mastermind.
I mean,
yeah, because so my background, like I said at the beginning, I'm an artist and illustrator. I have a BFA in illustration, and I do that full time. So it was always going to be me that made the cover. Rain is a fantastic artist in her own right. Um, but I'm fast. I'm fast, efficient, and I know how
I
to do
mean,
this.
it looks it's so well done. I actually even took a look at your art Instagram too. Really
Oh,
well done
thank you.
art.
I really appreciate that.
How like who Rain, did you have any creative input as well for the logo too?
Yeah, I did. So like we both were kind of talking about what we would want to see in a logo. And so I knew that I definitely wanted some neon and I really wanted like an eye somewhere. Um, we had talked about maybe like a keyhole or I don't know, maybe even more eyes. We had a few different things. So like I
We
basically
had we had like we had 2 rounds of ideation, so I did like 15 mini versions, and Rain and I sat down and we went through all of those and we're like, here's what we like about those, here's what we don't like. And then we went down and did a second round so that we could get to this. So like Rain was collaborating with me really closely on like how to get this idea and this look down.
yeah. So it was really collaborative and like it was really fun to be able to be like, here's what I like, here's what I don't like. Okay, let's regroup this and then come back, and that's how we landed on the logo.
And I think it's always nice for people collaborating because I know sometimes, one person will do everything and they won't get input. But since you guys are basically co-hosts, it's good to, get that thought process like, okay, how do we want it? What do we want it to look like? You know, and I imagine even like something like that, that still took quite a bit of time too, because, adding all the colors, the detail, all that stuff. Like, I don't do art, I'll admit that. So like if I need to, I'll go to someone and be like, "Hey, how much do you charge for commissions? I need your help with this thing?" Or I'll just go into Adobe Photoshop and make my like thumbnails and logos and everything because, and I will say this to anyone watching, I do not use AI. This is a anti-AI channel. So
Same.
Here,
if
here.
if you say that AI art is art, you can go kindly fuck yourself.
Seconded.
I'm
We
just
we are a no AI podcast.
Oh,
I'm just saying if you have to if you have to go that route because you don't know how to draw, you don't know how to write or sing or whatever, go on YouTube, go to classes. Don't, I mean, I get it. It's cheaper, it doesn't take as long, but you know what? Rome wasn't built in a fucking day. So it
oh,
Rome.
ain't it ain't it ain't gonna kill you to learn a new fucking skill. Sorry, I had to go on that rant. If people don't like that, well, you can just go to the next video.
Yeah, works for
that's
us.
so real. Amen.
But yeah, how long did it take you guys all to, collectively to make the logo and everything? Was the logo first, or was the idea for the channel first?
Idea for the channel.
Yeah,
And then it took like maybe a month-ish,
yeah, I think so.
maybe 6 weeks.
So something in there, 4 to 6 weeks. And in
That's
that time,
yeah.
we were kind of, because I think we wanted a little bit of a backlog. So we were working on a few episodes, we were working on the logo, and actually we wrote an original song for our podcast too.
Yeah, we did.
Hmm.
And we collaborated with our brother, who's a full musician, who
Full-time
did all of
musician.
the vocal, all the instruments.
Yes.
Oh, see, and did he actually use like instruments, or did he like
Oh, he did.
or was it like royalty-free music? Because even royalty-free music, if as long as there's no AI involved, I still count that as using actual music, as long as you give credit to,
Of course, but very exciting. We did not do that because our brother is a full-time musician and he has a ton of instruments, and so he was able to lend us his skills and we were able to record that song. So he's doing all the instruments and it's our voices, and we wrote the song like our all three of us siblings. We wrote that song together, and Rose and I did the lyrics. So
if you
it's a totally
guys
original.
if you
And
guys
one
can
of my,
send if you guys could send me like a little clip of that, I would love to show people.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, yeah,
Like just email it to me on my Instagram, and I can,
Okay.
can do.
Absolutely. Were you going to say something, Rose?
Oh, just that I had a coworker help us mix the whole thing.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's
The audio editing of podcasts is not easy as well.
No.
no.
When it comes to like, for example, when I do my gaming content, I record my audio separately. Like while I'm still playing the game, it's just matching it's just matching the audio with the game of certain points where that's being discussed because,
Mm,
that
yeah,
or it's not easy. And I
it's
imagine
not.
I
No.
met who's in charge of editing? Do you guys take turns or is it just one person?
Rose does sound editing. And so I've been working on I do like the content side of things. So discussion questions that we go over, what the topic will like, how we're gonna flesh that out, what we're gonna talk about exactly. If we need anything scripted, I do that. So that's like been my
Episode
part.
titles, episode descriptions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
So that's been my side of things. And then Rose has been the editing and sound side of things.
and it's never easy trying to come up with an episode name. I can say from
Never.
experience. I could say from
Yeah.
experience when it comes to like a gaming episode, it's like, okay, we got the thumbnail, we got the title of the game we're playing. What the hell are we gonna call this episode? What's gonna
Yeah,
draw people in, or what's gonna draw people
exactly.
into like your podcast? You gotta like, with like the podcast episodes like this, knowing that content creator, was it worth making? What was it like making? Get to know that actor, knowing that artist, like. Those
Yeah.
are like either those are the simple ones, and it's just the name, a stock photo background, and then a picture of who I'm talking to, and then pictures of like the stuff they've done or they voiced and so stuff like that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Or like
Hmm.
for an artist, show a picture of the artist, and then show pictures of, like the stuff they've drawn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I've been doing the episode covers that are on Instagram and our Blue Sky. So I make those up, and that's been interesting because I've never done that before. I'm not a
I mean, it
professional
looks.
social media
I
person.
mean, the fact that you were like able to align both Alistair and Vox perfectly is like well done because leveling, matching PNG cropping, making sure they're both leveled is well done. And then the
Well,
fact
thank
that,
you.
and then the if I can zoom in, and then the title too.
Yes.
But yeah, like for those like it's really well done. Imagine trying to find the right images online, PNG photos. Do you
I
like?
do a lot of editing.
I mean, editing the thumbnail itself can be a
Yeah.
pain. And like another good example is like how you were able to make them like they're hiding behind put like behind the sign. That's
Yes.
impressive.
Yes. It requires some photoshopping.
I mean, I'm still learning myself to like do proper and or like another good example, the one from you guys is like that right there, how you made it look like he's standing on.
Yeah.
That
It,
one's
it's
my favorite.
it's also like the thumbnail when you guys like put this on YouTube. The thumbnail I feel
Mhm.
like is what really draws people as well.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
just like the episode, but like the thumbnail. Like, ooh, I want to see what that is. You know.
For sure. Yeah, when we get on YouTube, that's gonna be fun to learn.
But yeah, and I'll also send you guys a link to Movavi as well.
Oh, yes, please.
It's an editing, like I said, it's an editing program I use. And well, I mean, yeah, it's just a one-time fee. I can't remember what the price is now because the one I'm using is like from like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I refuse to update for the 2025 version because like, oh,
ah,
you have to pay now. It's like no. And I looked at the 2025 version. I'm like, ah, there's so much stuff. What the fuck do I do?
totally different interface. Yeah, I
Oh
get
no,
that.
Updates are overwhelming.
it made my eyes hurt. Like I'll either use that or I'll
Oh,
even use like if I'm wanting to edit from my phone, I'll use CapCut because CapCut's also
yeah.
pretty good editing on your phone or tablet.
Mm.
Hmm.
Especially if like you're on the go and you can't whip out your laptop, so you just go in there and just make sure you have like a pin pad thing, like just to do that or move stuff. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Movavi, the 2025 update for Movavi, it hurt my eyes. It's like, no,
Oof.
let's okay, where can I go back to the old one? Yes, we're going back to the old one.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
Um, oh yeah, I'm not sure if I asked you, Rain.
Mhm.
But what's it like having the series be called the Hazbin Sisters?
Oh, I love it. Okay, the name actually does have some lore.
Oh, it
Ooh,
Uh,
does.
it does.
let's hear the lore.
And you know what? It's actually quite on theme for our holiday that we're coming up on, which is Christmas. So there's a song in the movie White Christmas, and it's sung by the Haynes sisters. And it is what we sort of base like our song and our title around. Because the song is like sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. And so we took inspiration when we wrote our song, our opening song from that one. And the Hazbin sisters is also based on the Hazbin Sisters that's introduced in White Christmas.
Those who've heard us know that our obsessions only split us. Many sinners trying to shut us up, but no one can. Satan help the listener who comes between me and my sister. And Satan help the sister who comes between me and Hazbin.
And that's just like an old movie that we really love. And it's a very funny little memory for us now.
Yeah, we will sing that to each other anytime that we get into like synchronized thinking. So it's sort of like our low-key theme song, and we adapted it so that it's ours now.
In true theater kid fashion, I do break out into song all the time.
Oh, are you talking about you can correct me if I'm wrong. Um this one?
I guess
The
that's
very
the
one.
movie. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
one. Yeah.
Nice. Very fitting because like the show definitely gives off that old like early 1900s vibe too, especially with like how Charlie dresses.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
She definitely
Yes.
she definitely takes after yeah, she looks like her mom, but she definitely her sense of fashion she gets from her dad for sure.
Yeah. I know she's so much like her dad.
Mm.
That's interesting.
I think I'm trying to think of what else we could talk about the podcast. Is there anything you guys want to add in about your guys' podcast?
Let's see.
'Cause I know you guys are still I still know
Oh,
you guys are still new and everything, so that's like I'm trying to think
yeah.
Yeah.
what
Ra
else to
Rain,
add.
what are our inspirations? Like,
Hmm.
do we have anybody we're looking at? Any like
Like other podcasts?
I don't know. Inspiration can come from anywhere.
Well, I mean, okay. Like, I'm wondering what is
Like
inspiration?
what inspires you to do this podcast?
Other than
Oh,
Hazbin Hotel.
Other than yeah, aside
other
from
than
Hazbin
Hazbin
Hotel,
Hotel.
what inspires you to be a content creator doing a podcast and everything?
I think like okay, I do think it comes from my love for musical theater and being like a singer and like sometimes acting comes along with singing sometimes, but being on the stage essentially is a passion of mine that I love. And I do it for fun. It's like not my actual job. So like for me that it's like a true passion and it's something I truly love. And so I think using my voice to express my love for something is like incredibly natural for me.
And
And it comes
you really
naturally.
have to have that voice for a podcast too.
You do, yes. And I that's actually something that's like been a bit of a challenge with our sound because I naturally project and uh
I mean,
yeah,
can confirm. I feel like podcasters, we have like our podcast voice, like what I'm using right now. Then you have like your regular voice. That's not really. I feel like your podcast voice in general is like it kind of goes more deeper in a sense. Like you're yeah, like in a way you're like you're voice acting in a sense.
you are. And that's actually something really like been very interesting to learn how much of podcasting is like voice acting.
It's like,
I
is
did
that
not
my voice? Is
I
that
know,
my
right?
voice?
It's interesting. But yeah, but that's where like my inspiration comes from is just for my love for theater and the stage and singing. That's what I'm really inspired by.
And with singing, you're like really projecting too.
Oh,
You
absolutely,
really
yes.
want to make sure that you're being heard by the audience, which is what you guys are doing. You're wanting to be heard by the audience.
Exactly. Yes.
Same question for you, Rose. What inspires you to do like what inspires you to be a content creator and keep on going with this podcast?
So some of my biggest inspirations are like ContraPoints and Philosophy Tube. And I know that podcasts can make a difference because of Welcome to Night Vale, actually. I
Why does that sound so familiar? I've heard of that.
Ooh.
Why does that sound so familiar? Give me a
way
minute.
back when podcasting was kind of quote unquote getting started, Welcome to Night Vale was one of the very first storytelling podcasts, and it changed my life. I ended up going to like their live performance because I loved the story they were telling with Welcome to Night Vale so much.
Oh my God, I've seen people cosplay from this.
Yeah,
Right?
For
How you cosplaying from a podcast? It's incredible.
that is really cool. Oh, yes, yes, I totally
Hmm.
remember. Yes.
yeah, and okay, I'm trying to think of the one I've seen them. Oh yeah, this is the one I think I've seen. Uh, duh, 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 duh. This is like the one I've seen the most people cosplay. Uh, yeah, this is one I've seen some people cosplay when they say they've cosplayed from Welcome to Night Vale.
Hmm.
Oh, yep. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I've heard of that. It's like what kind of like a radio drama in a sense,
Yeah, radio
Mhm.
drama, 100%.
which in a way, if you think about it, it's like a audiobook in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting closer to audiobook, but there's more characters. And that's
Mm.
actually something that we kind of brought into our podcast. So in the middle we have when I have time to do it, we have fake uh advertisements for stuff
Ah,
from within the Helloverse.
Yes. We're hopefully we can re-record them and get a little better sound quality on them. But yeah, we like wrote these commercials that are for products that you would find in Hazbin Hotel.
Because we know that so many podcasts have commercials, and it almost felt weird to not have anything, but we don't want to. This is for fans. This is for fans
Yeah.
by fans. So like now we're doing advertising little snippets. It's great.
nice.
Yeah, we have things like Beetlejuice and advertisement for Vox Tech.
Nice.
Yeah.
So another question that kind of relates to this, back to you, Rain. What kind of impact has this had on you doing this podcast and just being a content creator, doing this for, for the short time you guys been doing this and everything?
Yeah. Uh wow, let's see. I think it's pretty big because it's it is a passion project, and there hasn't been something like this in my life for a very long time, something that I feel like is like means a lot, that I put so much of myself into. I do draw and I do art, and but it's just not like it's not quite as effusive. I do love like visual art, but using my voice is really kind of like where I feel like the most fulfilled. So this has had the impact of just feeling very, very fulfilling and feeling like it's really fun to do something I genuinely care about. And like, I will put in every single ounce of work that I need to make this work. And I have. So it's really felt like a good direction to go in. And yeah, most of all, very fulfilling.
Same question for you as Rose. What kind of impact, personally has this had on you doing this podcast and just being a content creator and everything?
But facetiously, I have to say, I don't have any time anymore. It's taken the rest of it. Um, but I'm mostly like amazed just how much more connected I can get uh both to my sister and listening to like slowly we're getting more listeners and realizing that maybe we are being able to say something that um, hopefully lets people deepen their interest and love for Hazbin Hotel themselves. Like if people are able to walk away from what we're saying with a deeper sense of like, wow, I never thought about it that way, or I never saw this part of Hazbin Hotel before, like that's incredible. That's just spreading and deepening the love.
Yeah, I think we just like we got some reviews, and our listeners have only like increased since we started. And that's been so exciting because at a certain point we were making this, I was like, I don't know who's listening. I don't know who cares. Sometimes you don't get like feedback immediately. So it's hard to be like, I'm really excited because people are listening. And like, obviously, this is a lot for us, but like putting it out there, you do hope maybe somebody listens. So, you know,
Well, I mean, when it's like a fandom as popular as Hazbin Hotel and any fandom, Star Wars, that, a bunch of others, like people will listen, especially if they're into it or they want to know more about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think I just like I doubted myself for a long time here. And I was like, I don't know. Who wants to listen to me? Self, insecurities. It's okay. But this podcast has really helped me start to overcome that.
And plus, you both said you also cosplay too, which I know takes a
Yes.
lot to like mentally prepare yourself for as well.
Oh, it's a lot.
Oh, it's fabric is the hardest medium I have ever dabbled in by far.
I love it. I love I love cosplaying. It's so much fun. But yeah, it is hard. It is a lot of work and I struggle with it and it's always like a process, but the end result is worth it.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you're there at the con and you're with everybody in costume, there's nothing quite like it.
Yeah.
Nice. This actually brings me to the next question because I think you guys said that once you started doing this with YouTube, you guys want to start like showing yourself on camera as well, right?
No, we are
Oh,
not going to be on camera.
okay. I just wasn't sure because I thought like if you could do this on YouTube, you guys can be like in cosplay as well, talking about Has-Been.
No, that's
I Oh, go ahead, go
mm-mm.
ahead.
No, we're gonna have little characters. Rain's actually drawn them already, and I'm gonna color them. And we're gonna
Oh, so
have like,
so kind of like PNG tubers,
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
whereas like you have like different. Because I've seen like where they had like where content creators do that because I plan on doing that myself with some gaming content stuff because I've realized that draws people in even more because
Okay.
I've seen like people like the art YouTube channel Drawfee.
Oh yeah.
I've seen they
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
I've seen where they have like their little like PNG characters and like they're talking or like if one character's not talking, they'll be like shaded while the other character's talking, and when that character's done talking, they'll be shaded, and the other character's like the shade will turn off, and it shows that they're talking.
Yeah, so exactly that kind of idea. That's what we're gonna like aim for with our YouTube
I,
channel.
I see. I like that. I mean, and I feel like the PNG tuber, the 2D PNG tuber, it's a much easier route to go with than trying to get a VR model. Because
Oh yeah.
that takes a lot of work, the internet, making sure that your webcam captures everything. And
Ooh,
I feel
yeah.
like with a PNG tuber route, all you have to do is really just, show yourself like talking with your mouth open, and then when you're not talking, you edit it and you switch to where your mouth is closed, or if you're gonna laugh, you have a laughing emoji, an angry emoji, a scared, funny, spirits
Yeah.
like leaving your body out of your mouth type thing.
These are actually really good ideas. I've come up with like a few expressions,
I
and
know,
I
I know.
was
Trust me. No, trust me. When it comes to like wanting to do something similar, it's like, you know what? Because I've talked to a VTuber, and sometimes, the 2D PNG tuber route is the way to go. It saves you time. You don't have to
yeah.
like worry about will it match my movement? Will it match my mouth? Because I've seen some really good VTuber content creators where it's like they look like a whole on like 3D cartoon character.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
That's a
good
lot of
VTuber
work.
models blowing my mind.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like you have to pay for one of those if you're going to do it anymore because like the bar is so high.
hmm
Yeah.
And personally, I like that old 2D PNG because it reminds me of some like video games I used to play back in the day where the character like during like the dialogue, you see the characters pop up and you just like would see one like they're talking, their mouth would be stay open or closed or like they do like some angry thing and I don't know. I'm old
It's
school, I guess.
Yeah, I am too. And like I love that it's so stylized and that's what I did with like when I hope when we get to show them we'll be able to show it. But like I made them very stylized and chibi versions of us, which I think is really
Oh, you
fun.
do chibi ver Ooh.
Yeah, I did. I know. That's why I'm excited to like show them off, but we're
Hmm.
working on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I cannot. I take it there'd be like kind of like has been themed to kind of fit with the
They're
pod. So
little
like,
Yeah,
imp sonas.
oh,
they
they're
are.
imps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That is awesome. That
Those are
is
little, yeah,
that is so cool.
chibi imsonas.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to see that now. I'll definitely have to when you guys get a YouTube. I always one for subscribing to people I know. I try my best.
Yeah.
I follow so many content creators. It's not even
Oh, I
funny.
bet.
I can
Uh,
only imagine.
I don't know. I don't know. That style where it's just a PNG tuber you guys are talking. I think that's
Yeah.
honestly that will definitely that will like draw me to like, something to watch and just like because I like before I go to bed, I like listening to like hour-long videos, 2 hour-long videos of like, okay,
Mm.
or it's on, I pass out, I wake up
Yeah.
like 20 minutes later, it's like, oh, the video's almost over.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like it's so good. I don't pass out just because I'm bored of it. It's just like, podcasts are I feel like the best things
Yeah.
to pass out to because I know some people who pass out to murder mystery serial killer
Yes.
podcasts.
I couldn't do that, but whatever floats your boat.
I love some horror. I can't fall asleep to it.
Say.
No, fair, 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 fair. Um, so before we end this, I gotta ask both of you, sorry, either way, what has been your favorite thing just in general about the hell of a verse, than the has been verse?
Yeah. I think for me, it's how much it has actually like it has brought me back to myself. There were like I hadn't drawn in over like I think it was like 10 years and I hadn't cosplayed in so long. I hadn't like touched a sewing machine in so long and there was just so many parts of myself that I felt like I had cast off and this show and my love for it brought all of them back and I realized like wait, these things make me happy. Like I should embrace this and I should make this like part of my life that I do. I do these things. I love it. So I think that's my favorite thing is that it just brought me back to what I really love, and I feel like I'm a more of a person now because I'm not trying to stifle these like parts of myself. Yeah.
And same question for you, Rose. What is it like? What's it been like loving the fandom, and like what is it about that has been verse that you like?
Well, I kind of just want to say ditto to everything Rain just said. Like I thought that I had put my fandom days behind me, that was like, no, I guess I just have to be an adult now. But Hazbin Hotel dragged me back into everything, except now I can do it with adult money. Um, but with the
Fair,
show,
fair, fair,
yeah,
fair, fair, fair,
yeah.
fair, fair.
But with the show, um, I genuinely love the question that they are probing at the very center of it, which is, can everyone be redeemed? This is going to sound so corny, but I think that that's a really important question to be asking in this day and age where we want to see people in a very black and white way and cast people into camps of good and bad. And if we are able to answer this question, like, can we be redeemed? Nothing becomes quite so black and white anymore. And I love that. I want that nuance, not just for ourselves or our audience, but for like the whole world.
I mean, from what little I've seen, the art style is great, and that does beg the question: can anyone be redeemed? I mean, Sir Pinchus was proof of that, and I really can't wait to see what season 3 brings. I've seen, like I said, I've seen the clips. I know what I've seen thanks to TikTok. I basically have had the whole thing spoiled for me, and then
Yeah.
with Amazon Prime basically spoiling all that,
Oh my gosh, they really released a lot there.
They
oh
did.
no, like I just feel like the show, like the episode just came out, and TikTok's already, spamming it, but people, live in different parts of the world, so they're going to see it before, we see it on our time frame. So,
I
people are already posting, Amazon's already it's like, Amazon, people haven't like wait like a week, man. Come the
I
fuck on.
know.
I get it. You want the hype, you want that money, but come the fuck on.
We like I know I stayed up every single week to catch it as soon as it released at like midnight or whatever because I couldn't just sit there sleeping and
And
knowing that Hazbin was out.
I know some people said, "Well, you just scroll past it." I can't really scroll past it when it's almost on every fucking thing on social
Impossible.
media.
It's
They're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
impossible to
then
just scroll
just
past.
log off," and they're like, "Well, no, you can go fuck yourself."
Yeah, also like spoilers are not properly tagged like anywhere
Mm-mm,
ever.
no,
So
no, no.
that's
I firmly believe, and this is like what I do with editing. Um, I always try to put a spoiler disclaimers like, just so you know, this episode contains spoilers for, this game, this show. I feel like if you put that disclaimer, then people are like, okay, I won't watch that now, but I'll come back to watch it once I watch it.
exactly.
Or
Yeah,
once I play it or something.
for
It doesn't
sure.
because you don't really see and not everyone's gonna I'm sorry, but not everyone's gonna read your captions on your post. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
So like if you have like
yeah.
if you have like on like Instagram or something, you want to show like a clip from it, post like a picture, post like a picture first. It's like saying this clip is it contains spoilers from our episode. Scroll please scroll if you have not watched the episode or, if you don't, you've been warned type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And imagine you guys put that disclaimer too, or try to at least.
Yeah, I'm realizing now we actually didn't go super hard with the spoiler warnings, the reason
We
we
haven't.
the reason we did it was because we were doing like our reactions to the episode and we were very upfront about that. So it was sort of like if you're going to listen to us react to an episode that we're going to be talking about the episode.
Yeah.
That felt really like
And
intuitive to me.
also be careful of when you're naming an episode, because there's like sometimes there are content creators who do like reaction videos and they'll put the name of the episode and nothing else. So YouTube
Mm,
sees that as like, oh my God, they're in YouTube's automated system. Like it's not like Amazon or anything. It's just YouTube's automated system. They read that and
Mhm.
it's like, oh, this person posted the entire episode on their
Oh
YouTube, so
yeah.
we gotta like flag it or remove it. So
Yeah.
you gotta be really careful wording your or like YouTube will view it and it's like, oh my God, they showed more than a minute of the clip. We gotta like, uh,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
I've definitely seen content creators have problems with
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
there are big time content creators I follow and watch where they'll post something, and these are like the types that are like monetized. They have the views, they have the subs, so like they'll get a copyright claim, and that copyright claim is basically saying you can post this, but you're not going to get paid for it. And a lot of content creators rely on that monetization because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
like one of my favorite YouTubers, Dead Meat. They do this thing called a kill count for horror movies and video games.
Mm.
And sometimes, YouTube will see that they're doing a review like a review kill count on a movie, and it's like, oh, this be copyright claimed by the studio and blah 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 blah. It's like it's not the studio itself.
Oh.
It's YouTube's automated algorithm system that's like, we know this doesn't belong to you, so but they're allowing it where the YouTube has to say they're allowing it, but you can't make any money off of it. It's like, I'm not
Yeah.
making any money off of this. I know it's not mine.
It's that's frustrating.
But like
That's very
again,
frustrating.
it just you got to be careful of of how you word your thing and what you show, because sometimes if you're a YouTuber who relies on that YouTube money, um, you're gonna get that copyright claim. It's like, yeah, you can post this, but you can't claim money. So if you want to claim money, you have to remove that part or remove that sound. It's like
Yeah.
why sometimes if you're watching gaming content and like certain music just sounds so distorted, it's their way of removing that music so they can still make that YouTube money. Which again, I'm not harping on anyone who monetizes on YouTube.
Yeah,
I consider, that I consider that is a job. Full-time content creating is a job. If you have an
absolutely.
income, if you're having to pay taxes, if you're having to do this and this, yes, but you
Yeah.
really got to be at it. I've known some people who've been doing YouTube, shorter than I have, and they're already at, the big mark. And I'm like, I don't care. I just do it for fun. I don't care about the money. I've said, like, oh, do you ever want to
Yeah.
make money off? It's like, maybe someday, but I'm okay with just posting what I post, I
Yeah,
posted. I mean, I posted for me. If someone likes it or watches this, like, okay, yay! Someone watched it. Someone liked it. Someone commented. Like, that's good. That's all I'm there for.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. That's
totally,
right.
totally understand.
Um. So, last question before we end this. Any last minute advice? Start with you, Rain, that you want to give to anyone listening or watching this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's the cheesiest advice, but I must, and that is follow your heart and um follow the love because that will take you where you need to go. And also, sound equipment is very important for a podcast.
Yes, yes, it is. You just don't want to sound like you don't want to sound like distorted, like you're talking through a speaker mic through like a fast food mic where it sounds all distorted.
Yeah,
We've been there.
yep,
And people listened anyway, bless their hearts.
seriously.
Same question for you, Rose. Any last minute advice you want to throw out there?
Um, well, I was also going to talk about love and like following love, but like Rain took that.
Haha.
So, mm, yeah, I think I'd say just give yourself, if anybody's listening, just give yourself permission to try stuff. It's okay to do it, and it's okay to fail, and it's okay to publish your failures. Actually, nothing, I've never been hurt that much by it in my adult life. The people whoever made me feel like that was wrong as a kid was probably just a jerk, and it's fine to do it, actually.
Yeah, that's
No,
been a very valuable lesson from this podcast. You can mess up and people can know, and it's
no
okay.
one's perfect, and as I always say, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I
If
mean,
every if every pork chop was perfect,
we
we
wouldn't
We
have
wouldn't
wouldn't
hot
have
have
hot
hot
dogs.
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 Ah,
Steven
yes.
Universe, I know that all
Ah,
too well. No, if that's probably one of my favorite quotes from the first episode of Steven Universe.
absolutely.
Also a good show.
Adore Steven Universe.
I
We
just
end up
wish,
talking about it a lot.
I just wish,
Yeah.
no offense against that Teen Titans Go movie, but I kind of wish the Steven Universe movie would have gotten a theatrical release instead of that god awful Teen Titans Go one. But that's what happens when you're owned by Warner Brothers. You get to. Mm.
Too many
Uh,
I don't know. Superheroes had their thing. I don't know. They had a vice grip on Hollywood's idea of media for too long.
I mean,
Too
Yeah.
long.
I personally think James Gunn is doing a good idea with the road he's going with the comic book verse. You know, unlike Marvel, but that's for a different time.
Ah.
Um,
Mm. Hmm.
now,
Hmm.
last but not least, starting with you, Rose, where can people find you all on social media to stay up to date with all your art, your cosplays, and the Hazbin Sisters podcast?
Well, the Hazbin Sisters podcast, I think that's it. Okay, Rain's gonna have to help me with what our actual Instagram is.
Okay.
It
Our
is just Hazbin
Instagram.
Sisters.
It is just has been sisters.
And then my personal illustration is KR Mayer, Mayer illustration. And it's that everywhere, Instagram and Tumblr. Am I anywhere else? I might be somewhere else. I don't know. Those are the two places I really post, though.
What about you, Rain? Do you have any social medias, or is it just the Hazbin Sisters one?
Yeah, so has been sisters Instagram at has been sisters, and then also we have a blue sky, and we are let's see, we are has been sisters dot blue sky dot social. So you can find us there as well. And I'm the person who runs our social media, so if you like hear from us on there, it's gonna be me.
Okay, so it's probably
Um,
you I was talking to then when we
yeah,
were setting
yep,
this up. Okay,
that was me.
nice. Well,
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think that should do it again. Rose, Rain, thank you for coming on to Geeking Out.
Wait,
Knowing that.
thank you so much for having
Oh, no, of
us.
course. No, again, I gotta thank
Thank
Titus,
you.
aka Potato Senpai, for recommending,
Yes.
have him thank you for recommending you guys for this. As always, I'm Wayne the Unknown. Until next time, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for watching.